Okay, it's just about time to start. And one, okay, pretty good turnout. Pretty good turnout. Yeah, if I can have everyone just settle down, please. I take it you're here because you have an interest in purchasing XYO cryptocurrency, the XYO token. And I'm also assuming some of you have probably purchased the XYO stock. So I guess that makes us co-owners to some degree. So howdy, neighbor. Um, I posted on the XYO Facebook group asking if you guys wanted to see a video on how to actually purchase the XYO cryptocurrency. And there was a really good response of people who had a great interest in seeing this. So I'll be posting this as a comment and as a new post on the XYO Facebook group. If you're coming from somewhere else and you just happen to want to purchase the XYO token, I would also recommend checking out the XYO Facebook group, as it's a fantastic place to meet other people that have also invested. Without further ado, we're actually going to jump right in. I'm going to list some of the steps for you here. Now, there's 4 or 5 steps depending on if you opt to take the last step that I'll show you. The first thing that you'll need to do is purchase Ethereum. You'll purchase Ethereum probably, I would assume, from Coinbase. So I'll have a link in the description for you to sign up for Coinbase if you don't. They have a fantastic application, wonderful customer support, and it's a very safe and trusted place to purchase your initial cryptocurrencies. The reason that you'll need to purchase Ethereum first is because in order to purchase the XYO token, you'll be exchanging or trading it on an exchange. And the exchange that we're actually going to be using for today's video is IDEX. It is a decentralized Ethereum exchange. We're not going to really get into too much detail on the difference between, let's say, Binance, which is, I guess you could call it a centralized exchange, versus IDEX, which is a decentralized exchange. But we are going to go into some of the steps that you are going to take here. After purchasing the Ethereum that you'll be using to trade, the next thing that you'll want to do is install a browser plugin for your Chrome web browser called MetaMask. All right, so here we are on the MetaMask Chrome extension page. And so if you don't have Chrome, you'll need to download that and install it. It's a web browser. I'm assuming that you probably do have Chrome. Most people are using it these days. If you kind of look right above my head, kind of in this area right here, there's going to be a little fox icon. The little fox icon is the MetaMask plugin. That's how you'll access it once you've installed it. But simply all you're going to want to do is go onto Chrome, type inside the search bar, the bar that's right on top, MetaMask Chrome. Doing that, the very first link that you should see should bring you right to this page here. It should be by metamask.io, and there should be at least 1 million users for the extension. That's how you know that you're on the official extension. So once you've done that, you're pretty much into step 2. From here, we're actually going to jump back onto the IDEX exchange. So again, just to recap, you've already purchased Ethereum, and you've already downloaded the extension and signed in and set up a wallet there. It's really simple. I'm not going to walk through the actual sign up process for MetaMask. It's literally just creating a password and then generating seeds for a wallet. You can choose to write those down, which will help you gain access to that wallet again in the future. In this example here, I'm only using MetaMask to get into IDEX. I'm not using MetaMask to store any funds once we transfer it. So what we're going to do eventually here is we're going to transfer our balance from Coinbase over to over to MetaMask, and then we're going to transfer that entire balance over to IDEX to purchase the XYO token. All right, so here we are on Coinbase.com. Coinbase.com is where you can sign up to actually use the Coinbase service. Alternatively, you can also go through the application as well. If you don't yet have a Coinbase account and cryptocurrency is maybe your new cup of tea, one thing you could do is simply follow the link in the description. There's going to be a link for our referral code for Coinbase. You'll be able to use that to sign up, and if you deposit more than $100, just in any increment, so you $10, 10 times, or $100 all at once, it has to be over $100 of the currency that you purchase. So there are some fees. So maybe like let's say $105 or what have you. You'll actually get a free $10 of, I believe it's Bitcoin, right from Coinbase. And it also helps us out too because we also get a free $10 from Bitcoin. It's not a requirement. You can certainly bypass that and just go right to Coinbase and sign up. I think you might still get the free $10 for your 100 if you sign up right through Coinbase. But it does help us out, and it doesn't, I mean, we don't get to like see your email or anything like that. It just does help us out. Another thing that does help is if you want to subscribe to our channel. We do tutorial videos, how-tos, interviews and reviews of ICOs and existing crypto startups. And we really take the blockchain industry very serious, and we know that this is an extremely promising industry. So congratulations to you for actually being concerned and interested in blockchain and cryptocurrencies. This is an emerging market, as you'll soon see. And you'll hear a few different terms along the way, things like bulls and bears, bull run, FUD, FOMO. We'll explain all that to you in other videos, but for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up my Coinbase application. The Coinbase app is really, really easy to use, and so what you'll do is simply just go right into it, and the first thing that you're presented with after you've got everything set up, so you'll have to put in your details, your banking information, your credit card, etc. That's how you're trading your fiat currency, your US dollars, for the Ethereum. So here I am in my Ethereum wallet in Coinbase. I'm just going to click on buy, and for this I'm just going to do a $10 purchase. Going to do a $10, not that, I'm going to do a $10 purchase. I'm going to go ahead and let's just make sure, yep, that's the one I want. It's coming from my card, so that means I get it immediately. Purchase that right now, confirm purchase. So it looks like I'm actually getting $9.01 worth of Ethereum. So now I've got $9.08 worth of Ethereum inside this particular Coinbase. So what we do from here is we're going to now take that and send it right on over to MetaMask. Okay, so you can still hear me. You probably can't see me at this point, which is fine because I'm over here at the workstation. And so what we need to do is we need to deposit our Ether. And so what we're going to do is we're going to view account, and this shows us a QR code. Now that QR code is how we're actually going to send the Ethereum. So we just purchased the Ethereum here, and what we'll do now is we'll click on the little icon that looks like a paper airplane. Anytime you see that paper airplane icon, it's the send icon for whatever it is that you're on. And so we're going to try here and send $9 worth of Ethereum. I'm going to go ahead and press continue. And then I scan. All right, now that transaction is pending. It'll be pending for a little while. The way these transactions work is they're almost immediate, though sometimes you might anticipate a delay up to about 30 minutes, just depending on the actual network congestion at the time. But I can tell you, as far as a means of settlement, that is worlds and leaps and bounds faster than the current settlement system for credit cards, checks, even just depositing fiat into your personal bank account. The actual settling of that, you'd be surprised, takes about a day or two on the back end. Now the funds are typically available to you as a consumer a little bit sooner than that, but the reason why everyone is so gung-ho about cryptocurrencies is they're set to rapidly transform the way that we deal with monetary transactions. It was very simple for me just now, in a matter of, what would you call that, about 5 minutes, for me to purchase on Coinbase, get it over to MetaMask, and then now we're about to get it onto the IDEX exchange. Obviously, we can see here that there's a very strong case for cryptocurrencies, which is, again, probably one of the reasons why you're here to learn how to purchase XYO. So we're about halfway or a little bit more through with purchasing the XYO tokens. And so let's jump into the next part here. All right, so here we are on IDEX. You simply will go to idex.market, And there's going to be a little search bar for you to search for XYO if you want to be able to look at the XYO chart. What we're going to do is we're going over here to where it says unlock wallet. Now, there's a few different ways that you can unlock your wallet. I did mention the Ledger wallet earlier, but for this instance, I'm assuming you don't yet have a Ledger wallet. If you did, chances are you wouldn't need help with this part here. So we're going to assume that you're using a software wallet, which is why I picked MetaMask. So now we're going to go here where it says unlock software wallet. And since I'm already signed in to MetaMask, that's all it takes. It's basically a system where you just you sign in one time, and then you're signed in for the lifetime of that browser history. You can choose to sign out from MetaMask if you want to. Since my computer is locked with multiple passwords, I don't feel the need that I have to sign out of MetaMask, and it does typically stay here in the studio with us. For you, your own security concerns are going to be your own. Security in the cryptocurrency space is 100% your responsibility. That's how it differs from traditional markets. This is entirely up to you to make sure that you maintain your own personal security in the crypto space, which is why I recommended using a hardware wallet. Now that we're signed in, let's just check and see if my Ethereum has made it over yet. And so I can see here that my Ethereum has not yet made it over. So we're just going to wait here for a moment. I will kind of pause at this juncture here, and I'll come back when I notice the Ethereum is deposited so I can show you how to trade that. All right, so checking on Etherscan, it does look like our transaction has gone through. So we're going to go ahead and re-unlock our wallet here, which gives us access to the charts. And again, all you'll do is type in XYO here to find XYO Ethereum. This simply means that the pair that we're trading back and forth is going to be XYO and Ethereum, and we'll come over here to be able to make those trades. If you click on where it says amount under buy XYO, clicking amount, I'm going to actually take this out for a second. Clicking amount will show you the max amount that you can purchase based on how much ETH you've got available. So we're simply going to go ahead and click on buy. I can kind of see this faint little glowing circle spinning around telling us that it's waiting for MetaMask interaction. If you don't have a pop-up from MetaMask asking you to sign the transaction, simply click on the MetaMask extension in your Chrome browser and then click on sign. And it'll go ahead and sign that transaction for you. And we can see here that we've just purchased the 4,000 some odd XYO. Gonna go ahead and press OK on there. And that's pretty much it. So if you followed along up until this point, congratulations. You probably just purchased some XYO tokens for yourself. Give yourself a little pat on the back there. I know it was probably a little bit of a long process, and especially if you're new to cryptocurrencies, a lot of these concepts are going to be foreign to you. That's why we exist. Bitsandtokens.com, as well as our Bits and Tokens YouTube channel, is totally designed with ease of use in mind, and understanding that not everybody comes from cryptocurrencies or even really a strong understanding of the underlying technologies of the internet. So with that, we do try to make everything as easy as possible. Now, if you followed along up until this point, you were able to transfer your purchase from Coinbase over to your MetaMask wallet. You're able to sign into IDEX using your MetaMask wallet and then transfer the balance there. And then you're able to purchase your XYO tokens. Now, I did mention there was one last step, and that would be to send the balance of your XYO tokens over somewhere else for safekeeping, either a paper wallet, or I actually recommend using a hardware wallet. You'll definitely want to use a hardware wallet if you are really serious about cryptocurrencies. And the one that we recommend is always going to be the Ledger Nano S until something better comes along. The reason that we recommend that is you confirm the transactions, just how you saw us confirm transactions using MetaMask. You'll actually confirm transactions using the hardware wallet. It's a small piece of kit that you can just keep around with you. It plugs into your computer using a USB cable, and you have access to your coins and tokens, so you can store your Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum style tokens, XLM, so Stellar Lumens, as well as XRP and a host of other tokens right on the actual hardware wallet itself. What it does is it keeps your private keys safe from prying eyes, so you know that you're the only one that has access to your wallet.
In fact, you don't even have access to the specific private keys without jumping through several hoops. We'll get into how to actually transfer your XYO tokens off of IDEX to somewhere like a hardware wallet like the Ledger Nano in a separate video. But congratulations, you've just purchased some XYO tokens, so I'll see you next time.